Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Here's some crazy research for you. So a third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
The answer is simple. Having a woman was once considered an asset. Now it's a liability.
Tell him what you want him to do. No. Just telling him no doesn't give him enough information. Instead, be very specific about what you want him to do, and you'll avoid any confusion. Down, boy.
Do you reckon this woman is single or in a relationship? Place your bets. 20-1 says she's single.
So this is what feminist fantasy looks like.
For over 40 years, women have told men to leave them alone. Don't approach me, you creep, they would all say. And it turns out if you keep telling men to stay away from you, they will. Modern women are going on TikTok to whine about men not approaching them. Back in the day, it was simple. A guy saw a pretty woman, walked up to her and said hi. Of course, women called that predatory and patriarchy, and now everything's messed up.
Feminists were fond of saying, a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. Turns out, a bicycle doesn't need a fish either. The approaching fed their ego, and the rejecting was their dessert. Now they're starving, and we don't care.
When I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce, we sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? The therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying, and I was like, I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? So he responded right away, and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details.
Got him!
Like, I knew that I was ready to leave that day, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy. There was no compassion. There was no like wanting to fight for us, and I was like, so what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing, and he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. So it was like within a couple days, he moved out.
Cheap trick to try to roast him in front of a psychologist. He called your bluff. Never lay a man's emotions bare in front of a third party. You can easily tell how much this man suffered for the mistake he made by choosing her as his wife. This was his shining moment.
Y'all wonder why men get depressed in relationships. Y'all wonder why men don't even want to be in a relationship. It's because like this. Anytime he does something for himself, he goes out and does an activity he enjoys without his girl, met with attitude. You're supposed to be his peace, not his headache. This is a fucking temper tantrum. You're about 30 years past the point of throwing temper tantrums. If your man's doing everything he needs to provide, if he is upkeeping every end of his bargain for this relationship, let him have a day. He is more than your boyfriend. He is more than your husband. He is a grown adult who has his own interests. And if you want to ruin his good day, shit like this, you don't care about him.
Relationships are not for a man's benefit, it is for a woman's benefit. So when a man chooses to do something for himself, that is admitting he's getting tired of providing for his women. When will people understand what being a provider actually is versus what people interpret it to be? Men do not want to participate in being a provider or a partner because we as men have learned relationships have nothing to do with us. It is only for a woman's gain.
Because men have to create their value, where women are born with value.
Big facts.
So yeah, so you're born, you're given the golden ticket at 18. Even now, like you guys are early 30s, mid 20s. Like life is hard for men. They grow up being ignored most of their life.
Come on.
And so, whereas women, we're given attention like what? When's the first time? Yeah, when's the first time you had a guy hit on you? 13, 14, 15?
Something.
Yeah. And so we don't even realize how hard the world is for men and how easy it is for us, where we can like spout nonsense and nobody says anything.
Does your dad know? And
He does. He honestly completely disowned me when I did it.
Good,
I
as
haven't
you
seen
should.
him in about 4 years.
Good.
He's not very supportive of
you
it.
guys are
you
on OnlyFans
should.
for 4 years.
Kind
So
of
he
the peak.
your father disowned you because
Oh
of,
yeah, his whole side
Is
of
he
the family.
is he pretty
Good.
traditional?
She chose OnlyFans over her own father's respect. How's a man supposed to build with that? Men going their own way ain't bitter. It's their survival.
And a bunch of these girls are attention seekers. They just want to feed their ego, feed their, they crave attention. They have all these orbiters around them that give them that attention. But then she goes for that alpha. She goes for that guy that's not feeding her that attention. Because he stands out. He's different.
I had a friend who was on a dating site, and guy after guy would send her long messages and, essays. And one guy said, hey, and now they're married.
Men are done playing therapist, poet, and clown just to get ignored for the guy who says, hey, this whole attention circus is exhausting. No one's signing up to be background noise for her ego boost.
Yeah, so the problem is that there's zero advantage to marriage in the Western world for a man. There is zero statistical advantage. If you use your mind, if you use your head instead of your heart, and you look at the advantages to getting married, there are absolutely and utterly none. Because this new idea of new age feminism just basically destroys all men in the idea, in the event of her leaving. And it's very common that women leave, right? Let's stop the man versus woman attack, et cetera, Life's difficult for everybody. We all have different challenges, different things to go through. But if a woman marries a man and it goes wrong, she has emotional heartbreak, fine. But if a man marries a woman and it goes wrong, he has emotional heartbreak. Plus, everything he has ever worked for is ripped out from underneath him, and he has to give that chick money forever.
He's dead right. Lay down with the wrong woman and boom, she gets the house, the kids, the paycheck, and your peace. You get 4 days a month and a lifetime of court dates just to maybe see your own blood. Better to stay single than gamble your freedom, finances, and future on someone who can ruin it all overnight. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.